Good afternoon. It's let's see now, 4:30, 7th March. Continuing with the restoration. Lovely day. I've fiberglassed all the outside. It's all watertight on that side now, and ready for. I actually tried the my new sander out. Brilliant. It's going to do a nice job. That is. So what I've done now is I stripped this wall down because there was a leak on the wall. I have repaired the little leak, but the door isn't sitting right. So what I've done, I've undone all the screws on the outside of the door. I've taken out the old timber for this. This is the old timber. What was in there? All the rotten timber that was on the door jamb. So I'm putting a piece of 2x1 now, 2x1 treated in there. I'll turn you around and show you, and then I'm going to just glue it up. So that's the 2x1 up beside the door jamb. I cleaned all that wall down. I'm starting to restore everything there, putting things back. I'm using this Puriflex 40, and I'm going to seal down. Well, I'm not going to seal it actually. I'm just going to stick that piece of timber to the aluminium, and then I've got a good solid base. So I've run a bit of this waterproof sealer and adhesive on the back of that piece of timber, and I'm going to put it back by the door. See, I've taken that out by the door, and while I was at it, I'll give this a bash back and line that up a bit better, because there was a massive gap in there. So I'll give that a bash and push it across, so it's looking good.
All my documents now, see if I can find any letters.
Say hello.
Hello.
How are you today, Till?
Fed up.
What do you think about your van? Are you pleased with the progress?
It's beautiful, I just need to clean it now.
It's not finished yet, Till.
Huh?
It's not finished yet. I've just fixed the...
Oh, so what you doing? Are you going to vlog me now? Are you vlogging me?
Oh, I'm going to vlog you all over the world. I've fixed the side of the door now, so that's good. Okay.
Michael, I'm pleased with the van, but it hasn't passed the MOT yet.
Oh, no.
Who knows what's creeping around underneath the engine.
Oh, I'd say it's fairly solid anyway, so...
No, it's good. I think you've done a really good job, and so far so good. I'll just give it a good clean now.
It's all done. Good morning. It's the 9th of March, Saturday. Just a quick progress report on the camper van. So there was leaks in the side wall, so I've taken everything off, completely stripped it down, and then by the door I put a new piece of timber down by the door, and then I've been gluing these and fixing these up, making sure they don't move, and then I'm going to screw these up, screw these beams up, make them tight, and we're virtually ready to go with the roof then. All I've got to do now is I'll get some wire to put the lights in. Decided to go for touch sensor lights, and those I'll put the wiring in ready, and all that will involve is just putting a little hole in the roof. I haven't decided to go whether to go with tongue and groove yet. There is this light plastic tongue and grooving that you can get in all shades and manners of colours. You know, this insulated wall stuff. It's a bit more expensive, but it does bend. So looking at that as a solution. But what I've been doing is I've been gluing the timbers back up again. I'm going to turn you around and show you, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So here you can see I've glued that down to the side of the door frame, which means I had to unscrew the screws from the other side, but it's got a good solid fixing now. And now I've been putting these up now. I'm putting the strips of timber back on the corners to strengthen the corners, and then I can be able to screw the awning rail into the top, or the trim, so the trim will have somewhere solid to go. Gluing these back on, and that's the way I've been doing it. I've just been wedging it up with bits of timber, See, that's glued lovely. That's hippo glue. It's pretty good. So there you go. That's it for now. Progress report on the camper van. Also, I've cleaned all this down. This was all filthy, and the reason for it, I don't know if you can see down there, but that there goes straight. You can see the ground. So before I put that on, I'm going to put a fiberglass repair around there. But also, if you notice the floor here, it's where it's been, the rain has been catching it and all the water's been gathering. That's all softened. It's all softened. You can see it's like spongy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put fiberglass resin down there, and then I'm going to put a fiberglass piece over the top and run it up onto that wall and seal it up. Yeah, so that hole I was just showing you, that goes straight to the outside. And I did notice the first time I came in this camper van with Sylvia, and subsequent journeys, I could always smell fumes, you know, petrol fumes or exhaust fumes. And I said to Sylvia, must be coming in from underneath by the engine, but I think that's where it's coming from. So I'm going to make sure that's sealed up and no fumes can get through. So the difficult part now is putting everything back together in such a way similar to what it was, but I'm going to try to remember what I did when I took it apart. And that's why I was making these vlogs, because I can look back over the videos to see where everything goes. I'm going to be putting that metal piece back in shortly. I'm going to get a piece of a manufactured board, you know, that looks like wood chippings, and 3/4 inch thick. That's the best I can do. It's quite strong, and I'm going to put it across there. And then that's that finished then. And while I've got the metal angle iron out, I'll give it a sand down or a wire wall and put some, you know, what they call it, hammerites. Put some hammerites on it, and then everything back together. Yay! So, been tipping away. I've taken the board down now. This is the board that was up. This is the cab, you know, where the cab goes. So it's about 1 inch thick ply. I don't think, you know, 1 inch thick ply is really expensive. So I'll probably buy some manufactured OSB board, you know, what they use for flooring. That's pretty strong, but it's only 18 mil. This is 25 mil. So, but it won't matter because I can strengthen it otherwise. But it's pretty much, I'll show you around, and you can see how rotten it is from the back. It needed replacing. So there you can see, pretty rotten along the back. And you can see where the water's been coming in. So it's been quite difficult to get out because I couldn't get at those screws because the nuts underneath, see there, and you can't reach them without taking. It must have been put on before the cab was put on, I don't know. And the same here. So a little tip what I've discovered is use a round drill, a round, you know, one of those round holes, a hole cutter saw, and just cut around the screw. See, and that's what I did. I cut around the screw. But I mean, even then there was screws coming through from the other side, so I've had to cut them off with a, you know, with that thing that you use for the angle grinder. Yeah, the angle grinder. So I'm going to take them off now with the angle grinder and take this inside, and then I'm going to get a piece of timber and cut that piece ready.